El portal de las historias.
They say all roads lead somewhere, but there are paths that don't appear on any map, rusted tracks cutting through the depths of guilt, and stations never built to return from. Some trains run on visible rails, others glide silently through the conscience of the silent, waiting in the dark for someone to look back. Each carriage can be a confession, each passenger a wound that refused to heal, and in the last seat, what you never said may be waiting, the things buried with signatures, with lies, with fear. Some claim to have seen a white train pass by, without lights, without a driver, at impossible hours. But only those who owe something see it, those who thought they had escaped the truth. Are you sure the train you hear at night belongs to the system, or does it belong to you?
In Stockholm, many have heard of Silverpilen, the ghost train that runs through tunnels without stopping, picking up passengers no one ever sees again. But it's not the only one. In Chile, in the tunnels of the old Santa Leticia station, south of Santiago, some swear they've seen a white train pass by. No lights, no conductor. At hours when no line should be running. They say it picks up those who carry a secret, those who escaped punishment, and that the train has no destination, only cars. And a final door no one has ever crossed and come back to tell. Matthias arrived late, as he usually did since the accident. The rusted platform of the old Santa Leticia station shut down in 1994 after the partial collapse of its southern tunnel was still standing, though no one remembered it anymore, except him. He had worked for over 20 years as a rail transit inspector, and yet he hadn't dared to board a train since that night, since April 13th, since the crash, since the 13 victims. They said it was a technical error, that the automatic system failed. But Matthias knew the truth. He knew what he didn't report, what he hid with a signature, with a lie. That train was never supposed to pass, and yet it did. And now, standing before that forgotten station, he saw it, a pale light emerging from the tunnel, a whisper of steel and shadow, a train that wasn't on any schedule or any map. It approached like a memory that doesn't want to be remembered. Matthias didn't move, and when the doors opened, he got in. He did it without thinking, or maybe because he'd been thinking about it for years. The car smelled of old dust and rusted metal. The lights flickered like a weak heart, and on the nearest seat, he saw someone he recognized. God. "Hello, Matthias," said the woman. It was Clara. She had been a school teacher. She was traveling that day to visit her sister. She died in the crash. Her neck was twisted, but she spoke normally. She smiled and cried at the same time. "What is this?" he asked. "It's the train," she said. "Yours." The door to the next car opened on its own, like a wound that refuses to close. Matthias walked through. Each car was a frozen scene, a memory, a repetition. He saw the father who died holding his daughter, the nurse who screamed and no one helped, the boy with headphones who didn't hear his last chance. They were all there, watching him, waiting. "What do you want from me?" "What do you think you deserve?" whispered a voice behind him. It was a little girl, no more than 8 years old. She wore a princess costume, but her face was burned, only on one side, as if the fire had chosen to leave her with half of her innocence. "Do you remember me?" Matthias nodded, unable to speak. She was the youngest victim. The report left her name out, not because she was forgotten, but because Matthias chose not to write it. An omission, to make it hurt less. "They said it wasn't your fault," she said, "but you knew." He dropped to his knees, cried, sobbed like a child. He tried to touch her, but she stepped back. You can't touch what you refuse to see. The train kept moving, but there were no stations, no windows, only darkness and his reflection. In the next car, he found a door marked Confession. When he opened it, he saw a desk and a camera recording. On the screen, his face and a red button. Broadcast. He could tell the truth. Publicly. He could cleanse his conscience or remain silent and stay there, with them, forever. He heard whispers. The passengers gathered outside the door. They didn't shout. They just stared. "It's your decision," said Clara, appearing at his side. "No one's going to push you?" Matthias trembled. His finger brushed the button, but he didn't press it. "No, I can't," he whispered. "It's too late." The screen went black, and the car with it. The train stopped. But it wasn't a station. It was a void. Black. Eternal. The doors opened, and the little girl stepped in. She sat in front of him and handed him a headless doll. "Now you remember me?" she said. "Now you can stay." A year later, a group of urban explorers uploaded a video to YouTube. They had entered the sealed tunnels of Santa Leticia at night. They laughed, smoked, joked around. But at minute 1313 of the video, the camera caught something. A white train passing in the distance. No sound, no rails, no reason. The channel was deleted the next day. Only one comment remained. "I boarded it too."
Thank you for listening. The journey has just begun. Until next time.